Last week in our Ghostrunners Facebook group, I mentioned, hey, anyone who comments on our YouTube video, we will talk about you for at least 60 seconds. And
one of you or all of them?
One of you.
Okay.
Yeah, we will choose one of you.
Yes.
And it's the craziest thing. The person that I chose at random has actually left a massive impact on our life.
No way.
Brad, it's Olga P.
Olga P. P-E-A.
Yeah. O-L-G-A, first name.
Oh, yeah.
Last name P.
Olga P.
And you remember her, right?
Yeah, I actually studied her in college. I was a major in Olga P.
Yeah, because she has done a lot.
Yeah, I don't even know if we should do this. Like, is it irresponsible to try to do this? But can we narrow it down to the 10 things in life that Olga P has taught us?
It's got to be tough.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of things from Olga P.
Where to start? Not all calories are made the same.
Yes.
Great book.
Empty calories, empty life is what she would Olga P would always say to us.
Yeah. What's the number 2?
For me, it was like the height of the video iPod age, right? And she comes up to me and she puts one hand on my shoulder and she looks at me and she goes, "Brad, it's MP3, not MP me." Okay. I was mind blown.
That is good. I remember you sharing that with me.
Yeah. I have another one if you're ready.
Oh, okay, great.
She taught me that life is a roller coaster, but like a coaster, sometimes you're going to have to absorb some condensation. A roller coaster.
That's really good.
Coaster.
You guys get it?
It's like one of those monsoon rides. Like sometimes you're going to get a little wet. Absorb it.
Condensation.
Move on. Yeah.
One of my favorite things she taught me that she just showed me real quick, real easy. She said, I put the cat in homeowner. And I said,
What?
You have a cat in your house? She goes, no. Meow is the word right in the middle of homeowner. And I said, wow, P, thank you for sharing that. I had no idea. Meow really is. It's right there in the middle of it. Meow is in the middle of homeowner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right there. Do you guys get it? She taught me one time, she's like, hey, just FYI, some people are allergic to this. So still, dang it. Let me try again. Ready? Hey, don't be such a nomad. A lot of people are allergic to packing peanuts.
Profound. That's really good.
I was just trying to think of something with peanuts and packing peanuts.
She taught me really what the video in 5th grade could not fully teach me.
Really?
Yep.
Was 5th grade yours or the ladies?
5th grade was mine.
Okay.
Never got to watch the ladies.
Oh, that's right.
And I had some questions and Olga P was there and she used a spaghetti noodle, a meatball, and the rest is history.
Spaghetti noodle and a meatball. Okay.
Just the one.
She just taught me, she's like, Brad, there's a whole closet worth of clothes, but you only wear one outfit at a time. Right?
Yeah.
You understand me? Like she just looked at me and she goes, you understand me?
You understand me?
Do you understand Olga P?
Big thing I took away from her class that I took was there's a reason tricycles and tripods both have 3, : now have a good day, triplet.
And she just walked away.
Yeah, on 2 legs.
She once said, hey, stop building towers and start building laptops. Like computer towers. I don't know.
That's the reason
How many are we on?
That was 9.
That was 9. Okay. And hey, finish the one.
Number 10.
Like easily the one that we've always said. Let's say it together.
How to call a hog. Something like that.
Nailed it. I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
So thanks, Olga P. And if you guys are already encouraged and excited about leaving a YouTube comment, come to YouTube and just look at it.
Just look at it. Just stare at us.
Phase 1 complete. How many phases are there, Brad? 3?
Let's say 3. Yeah. I think 3 sounds like
3 phases, maybe
amount.
4. But phase 1 is complete. We got some new gear, and hopefully it looks a little different on youtube.com.
Hopefully it does.
Hopefully it looks a little different.
Hopefully you notice that it looks a little different.
So yeah, we got some new cameras, some new lighting, and even new mic stands.
Yeah, shout out to my boy TJ for giving us the link for him.
Yeah, and we have some other fun devices. They're actually like kind of sitting behind me, but we can't really use those yet. But some really fun stuff that we had fun playing with. I might make a Patreon video about it. Just like easy things, like I click one button and then I sound like a chipmunk. And I'm not sure we're going to use that a lot, but just fun little trinkets.
Yes, it's fun times. I'm ready for this episode. I feel like I don't want to be too crazy on a Monday morning, but I think it's about to get zoppity in here.
Let's get zoppity. What do we want to talk about first? How's your week?
My week's been great. I've been out of the town for 5 days or so. I was in Austin, Texas. You heard of Austin, Texas?
Austin, Texas.
It's so funny. Like so I went to that same conference that I was at last year. And last year, literally the day I got back, I think it was February 11th. Maybe it was February 12th. And so F12 was going on. So I feel like we definitely rehashed some of it last year. But like, man, there's still, it was just, there was so much to unpack from the whole weekend. And it was so fun. So yeah, I've been out of town. It was a lot of fun. It's this integrated conference is what it's called, or this integrated mastermind that I'm in with all these different fathers. And it's led by Jeremy Pryor and Jefferson Bethke, which, fun fact, his name's not really Jefferson. Did you know that?
Why would you go by Jefferson if it wasn't your real name?
I know. It's because he started a YouTube account when he was like 16 years old.
When he was doing the spoken word?
And he was like, hey, I'm just going to like be goofy and call myself Jefferson as my screen name, Jefferson Bethke. And then he, had a viral video about the spoken word thing. And he's like, well, everyone knows me as Jefferson Bethke, so I have to call myself that now.
Really?
So his name is Jeffrey, and he goes by Jeff.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's not crazy.
Oh, his name's not like
Gregory.
Clint Turtle or something. Okay. No. It's just Jeff Bethke. Like,
but had he never gone by Jefferson before?
Never. Like, I think that was just kind of a goofy, like, my name's Jeff. Kind of like somebody calls me Bradford or something like that.
Wow.
Jefferson Bethke. And so like, it's kind of a indication that somebody doesn't know him that personally. If they're like, I was talking to Jefferson earlier, or, something like that.
It does sound weird detached from the last name.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm good friends with Jefferson. That just sounds weird. It sounds like you're talking about Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame somebody for saying that. I'm sure I probably mentioned it like that because I thought that was his name, but anyway, it's just a funny thing to be like, that's not my name, but I'm kind of pigeonholed to it now. Can you imagine if I like jokingly was like, my name's Bradford Ellis on Instagram. And then I got 1 million views on something. I was like, I guess I'm Bradford now.
Catherine, you call me Bradford now.
Yeah. He tells everybody that.
I think there's a lot of instances in that, Kobe Bryant, his real name is not Kobe.
What?
Colby.
No.
Yeah.
We're doing this?
I'm just joking around.
Okay. I was like, I'm a really big Kobe fan and I had no idea.
Yeah. It sounds weird. People just call him Kobe,
but it's really Colby and
Colby.
And some speech impediment back in second grade. They couldn't say these L's.
Just say Kobe. That's easier. Colby Bryant.
I had a friend growing up that couldn't say his L's very well. And so he would have actually, instead of Colby, he would have called it Kobe. Oh, that's Kobe jack cheese. Yeah. Gosh, we kind of maybe poked fun of him too much with that. But yeah, we'd be like, oh yeah, I told him that. Like you told, instead of, he's so owed. Oh, he's like really, really owed. Anyway,
and L feels like an easy one to say. I'm glad you made fun of him.
Are you? Okay, good. Yeah, I was just a mediocre bully back in the day. Who else was like that? Like with the names, I'm trying to remember.
Gandhi, not his real name.
Right. It was
Gandalf.
And they just shortened it.
It
was
easier.
Gandhi. People said Gandhi, and then people were like, "Wait, you said Gandhi?" And I'm like, "I guess
Mahatma Gandalf doesn't have the same ring to it as Gandhi does, so he just went by Gandhi."
Do you think there's certain names that it's like you're just playing? What's the opposite of playing on second base?
Playing hooky.
Playing from in the hole.
Wait, what are we talking about?
like certain things like get you like you're like starting in a good position. What's the opposite of starting?
Oh, like I was born on third base or something like that.
Yes.
I was born in the dugout.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, is there a certain name? It's like, you're not going to do well in life.
Oh, a name
like Butch. Like you think Butch is going to be a CEO someday?
Griff. Butch is really bad.
Like, hey, I'm Butch. Like Butch, you could be a good, like there's Butch Jones. He's a good, college football coach, but he's not leading a Fortune 500 company named Butch.
Mm-hmm. He's a college football coach.
Who else? What else is
Just Tabitha. I'm just kidding. We just like slowly find more normal names that
just
definitely
like
our listeners have.
Sarah.
Samantha would be tough.
That'd be a tough one to get over.
You could do it, but I've never seen it.
Like, can you imagine? Yeah, just being named John, right? Like, there's no way a John is remarkable.
Dude, have you seen the data on like how many guys were just named John, even just like 100 years ago?
Really?
I feel like they just named every guy John. I've seen like a stat online somewhere before. We're just like, yeah, every guy was like John or David.
It's like, I don't know. Yeah, let's call him John.
John works.
Interesting.
A lot of the early presidents.
What do you think is like the most popular name right now? Like
kids being born now?
Yes, kids being born now.
Ooh. Good question. Like, is it going to be something normal or is it going to be like...
I'm not going to look yet, but I think it's going to be something that we've heard of, obviously, because it's popular. But like my niece has 2 different girls in her class. I can't remember the exact name. It's something like Ainsley, maybe?
Okay.
Or like that's like, that doesn't sound like a crazy name, but to have 2 girls in a, probably out of 14 girls in a elementary school class named Ainsley.
High probability.
Is that what it is? Or Axe?
I feel like I've met 2. It's funny. I've been starting to meet kids, or at least hear about children being born that are the names that Trey and I made fun of in our first ever like roll call.
Yeah.
In 10 years or whatever. Like it's starting to happen. Like Gemma. I've met several Gemmas.
Yeah. I know some Gemmas.
Journey. That was also one in our video.
Hattie has a friend named Journey.
Yeah. What else have we seen? But yeah, it's like it's coming to fruition.
It feels like it's a lot of nouns these days. Onyx,
River,
Journey,
Moon,
Lyric.
Yeah, I met Lyric today.
Lyric today.
Yeah, she was not a baby.
No, but she was at one point.
She was, as far as I know. All right, guesses. Most popular baby names. I'm gonna go.
I looked up boy first of all.
Oh, okay. So Tanner? Lucy was probably not a good guess.
Back in the day, I feel like in our day, it was like we should also look up like 1994. Like see what
I know. Jacob used to do all right.
Blake, I feel like Blake was big. Tanner,
I've locked in my guess. I think
on new age
for now. I think Jackson because it's still kind of standard, but it's you got an X in it. Yeah, it's like new age.
I'm gonna go Knox.
Oh, K-N-O-X?
K-N-O-X, yeah. Yeah.
Knock knocks.
I am the one who knocks. Okay, we were both wrong. Okay, I'll just tell you right now. Number 2, who built the ark?
No way.
Number 3, when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, we all said it's
hooray!
It's all over. It's Oliver.
Oliver, really? Okay.
I'm trying to think of another pun for these other ones. I don't know. Why did Bo get in trouble with Hattie? Because Elijah her. Elijah, number 4.
You can see it, Elijah.
And I don't know. Number 5 is Mateo. Number 1. Mateo. There's more people in America, I guess, that are not white and redheaded like us.
Congrats, Mateos.
Number 1, I will find you.
Liam
Neeson. Just the whole thing.
Liam Neeson.
It's like a hyphenated name. This is, these are our kids: Hattie, Bo, Rosie, Liam Neeson,
and Liam Hemsworth.
I think that's something in New Girl. They're like Nick is talking about. He's like, I have to name my firstborn child's middle name Reginald Vell Johnson, which is the guy's name, Carl from Family Matters. That's like the actor's name in that. Anyway, Liam. And then for girls.
Oh yeah, I looked at girls too, but I accidentally looked at it.
Did you see? Yeah, Olivia's number 1.
Yeah.
Olivia seemed like it was doing all right in our day.
I grew up with Olivia Barlow.
How was she?
We saw an Olivia this morning.
Yes, we did. Shout out to Olivia. That I don't know her last name. Olivia from KU.
Olivia Neeson.
Olivia. Emma's strong, dude. Emma seems like it's been around for a while.
I see why it's number 2. It's
number 3 is Amelia.
Ooh, mine's got a little discrepancy. My article says Amelia's 4.
Really? Dude, did you have any babes named Amelia growing up? Because there were some cute girls named Amelia.
I didn't need to meet them. I read about them in history books, baby. Amelia Earhart.
Amelia Bedelia, baby.
Talk about a babe.
Number 4.
But no, I've never met an Amelia in real life.
Really?
I think I'd like to.
Not anymore.
I'm open to it.
Not anymore.
Well.
Number 4, Ava. Number 5, Sophia.
Do you have Charlotte on your list?
No.
Wow, Charlotte's 3 on
I
mine.
really like the name Charlotte.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The secret lies with Charlotte.
I think Charlotte, Hattie, and Rosie, that's a trifecta of a girls.
Yeah.
You know.
Rachel and I have talked. Shout out TJ and Brooke. We love their kids' names.
They have great
We'd like to do a similar vibe, I think.
Oh, they're very like, yeah, they are such a vibe with their names, like because it's all like sunny names. Literally Sunny.
Then
June.
Yeah.
And Daisy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like happy names.
Yeah.
You can't be upset
Hey,
with that.
Rachel is in the room now.
Yes.
Did you hear me talking about kids' names?
No.
Oh.
I've been opening packages.
She's been opening packages.
It's from an anonymous ghostie.
Oh.
So this is the perfect time to thank them since I came around and thank you now.
Wow.
It's a fish spatula.
She just said it's from an anonymous ghostie.
Anonymous ghostie.
Who got Jake and Rachel some wedding gifts. Which
Yes.
Jake and Rachel both like do not get them any more wedding gifts.
Yes.
They can't be found on Target or Crate and Barrel. Okay, Stop doing it.
Please don't. He's being
Like seriously, don't. Right? Like you guys.
Too nice. I feel guilty. It's too nice.
You feel so guilty.
Thank you guys.
So you got a
Rachel is so excited with the fish spatula. I remember I said on the podcast, Rachel was like, you could do anything to the registry you want. You could delete everything. Leave the fish spatula. This is all Rachel wanted. So
What?
thank you, anonymous ghostie.
What makes it a fish
Look
spatula?
how long it is.
Look how long it is,
Okay,
Brad.
salmon.
Okay, look how long it is. She said. Yeah, I guess yeah, our salmon. I don't cook that
Yes.
much. Salmon are way longer
It
than
would
chicken.
fit- well, a big one, we go past it, but like
A big one will go past it.
one fillet would be perfect on the
One fillet right here. Boom. Okay. Would you like to have us over for salmon sometime?
Yes.
And we could use the fish
salmon.
spatula?
Also,
Awesome.
another ghostie, Paige Kuko, also gave us a gift.
And
Oh,
Shout out
and
to
someone else.
And we got another one. Right?
It's crazy. You guys are, it's so funny. Like, Rachel is so anti, like, do not, like, should we even thank them? Because then it just encourages more people to give gifts. And Brad's like, yeah, I'm going to keep mentioning it.
No, absolutely. Because it's like this like lose-lose for Jake. Like Jake's like, oh no, we need to stop saying stuff.
Paige Hayden.
Paige Hayden.
And
That's Paige Cuco. That's her maiden.
Oh, good for
maiden
you, Brad.
Hayden, yeah.
Maiden Hayden. And then, Debbie,
and
Deborah,
Frankie,
Telep.
Frankie.
Oh, Francesca. Just so many
Frankie,
people.
Cousin's wife.
Frankie, Cousin's
Bottistelli?
wife. Just a lot going on. Do you want this back, Rachel?
Yes.
I wish I did. Not wish I didn't, but that's weird that I know her maiden name.
It
right?
is interesting that you know that.
Like, how do I know that? I don't know. Is it on Facebook page? I don't know. Oh, I think she's like, maybe she's bought a table from me before. Maybe she sent me Venmo as that. Let's hope it's something normal and I'm not like super creepy and like know things I shouldn't know about the ghosties that listen. But quiz us
Impressive
sometime.
work.
Be like, who am I, Brad? And I'll say, I don't know. Or maybe I'll say, I know everything about you, Knack Baxter. So
Anyway, so you like Charlotte.
I really like Charlotte.
You ever
yeah.
been to Charlotte?
Just the airport.
Good airport. Good layover airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Got
something.
a Chick-fil-A in there.
Oh, that is. Yeah. So Kansas City is about to get a brand new airport, literally like this week, right? Or next
Yeah,
week.
probably 2 days after this comes out.
And so I flew in and out of our airport, obviously last week. And it was like kind of this bittersweet, like the Kansas City airport's just so not nice, but it has like the one redeeming quality is that you can get in and out instantly.
It would be like taking a normal airport and then taking like a bread roller or something on it and like flattening it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Because instead of being like congested, it's like now spread out like not even that big an airport. It's very spread out. And even those little 3 like terminals, they are also very spread out. So easy to get in and out. The lines are never long, but there's
security
nothing
lines aren't
inside of
bad.
it.
Nothing. It'd be
It's
like,
so boring.
No, it'd be like if you go to a normal size house, like not a big house, but not a small house. And then this normal size house, they're like, you can only go to the, like once you go through security, you can only go into the guest room closet. That's what it feels like. Like it's like this tiny little prison of like, there's like 4 little like restaurant kind of things. Like there's nothing. It's
And then you say, oh, are there any restaurants in the guest room closet? And they say, yeah, there's one called Pork and Pickle that's never been open.
never been open.
And there's another one that is called Starbucks.
That's
where
about
every
it.
single person is in line for Starbucks
Yes,
currently.
yes.
And then other than that, we've got like some of those, we've got kiosks.
The big kiosk.
We got a
people.
kiosk where they sell like bananas
Mhm, for like
and
$5 each.
yeah, and Cliff Bars.
Yeah. So not the pride and joy of Kansas City is the airport.
It's so far away.
Yeah, and that's not changing.
changing.
Yeah, that's there no matter what. Well, it'll be closer when you move here. It's like 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
Which I feel like most airports aren't that close, right? Dallas Love Field isn't right in the middle of Dallas. Besides that, I can't think of many that are like right there.
But either
But
way, we're getting a new one.
we're
It's going to
getting
be
a new
so
one.
nice, so updated.
And so it was like such a bittersweet feeling of like, man, like, this is the only airport I've ever been to in Kansas City in my whole life. But at the same time, it's like, there's a reason why we're upgrading this thing. So, but I did have a little snafu at the airport. I'm sure. Did you see the Patreon video about all this?
Yes. What happened?
Certainly that's not my best look in my life. Basically, I've well documented been without my wallet for
like August.
I think it was end of October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I like that you kind of like, it was like August, right? Like you were kind of like,
only October.
Oh, only October. That's not that long.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously knew I was without it, but had always had my passport as like kind of the backup. And so I was like, okay, I'll just fly with my passport. No big deal. That's another form of ID. And I go, like, this is like Saturday morning that I'm about to leave for Austin, Texas. And so it's Saturday, Dadder Day. So I went out and, did Chick-fil-A with the kids. Good time. Tried to give Catherine a little time off. I'm trying to like hype myself up for how stupid I am eventually. But get back, not fully packed yet, even though I need to leave in like 25 minutes or so.
Oh, wow.
And I go to where we keep our passports, and Hattie's is in there. Hattie has a passport. It's awesome. Catherine has 2 of them in there.
That's sketchy.
Pre and post marriage.
Oh, okay.
Back when she was Hayden, now when she's Kuko kind of thing. And then nothing for Big Daddy. Nothing's in there for Brad.
Oh, okay.
No passport. And so hadn't even like said hi to Catherine yet. And she's like, hi, how's it going? And I go, don't freak out, but do you know where my passport is? And luckily, to her credit, she didn't freak out with her words. The action seemed a little bit stressed for me. But she started looking everywhere. She's like, I don't know. I mean, have you checked here? Have you checked here? And I was like, yeah, I think I've checked everywhere. So we're just like rifling it. And in my head, I'm like, I know that story about Jake and Megan at the Austin airport and how they didn't have an ID. And so like, I know it's possible, and it wasn't that big of a deal from what I remember, but they have to ask you security questions. I don't know how long that's going to take and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, if I can't find it soon, I'm just going to like hustle to the airport as fast as I can.
It's a life hack. Do you remember Megan got through security before I did?
Yeah, I got
life hack. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. The second time I did it, I did get like expedited through the security line with this guy. Anyway, but so finally.
So you never found it? You went to the airport without it?
No. Okay, so I find that Catherine finds the passport in like my 3rd string winter coat, like as in
winter coat, Brad.
Listen, I had it in my car like multiple times when I like drove to South Dakota on the hunting trip, because I was like, if I
you gotta have a passport to drive across state lines.
It's like one of those things where it's like, do you have ID? And it's like, I don't, but I have my passport to like prove who I am, kind of thing. So Catherine finally finds it. I'm like, oh, awesome! Like I'm back on schedule. I can pack and say goodbye to everybody. And she goes, Brad, it's expired. And I'm like, what? What are the chances of that? It's expired. She's like, it's expired by 2 years. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so then the race is on again. So I'm like, okay, I shove things in the bag. I'm running out the door because I'm like, I got to figure this out. So I have my passport. My plan was just like, let's just play dumb, see if the passport passes,
totally.
Which in 2005, it might have.
Well, no, I like that character. It's a character who doesn't know what years are.
Or like,
and it's not playing dumb. It's playing ignorant to numbers.
Yeah. Like maybe, I don't remember on the passport, but maybe it was like 21st September of, like maybe it was like the different way of putting the date in the different order or something.
They did 21.9.21.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I don't know which one was the year.
I was like, oh no. So I'm like, I'll just play dumb, and say like, I lost my wallet like last week. So I figured my passport would work. So I get up there, overly kind, laying on the Big Daddy charm at the airport with the security guard. And he scans it, and it makes some weird noise. He's like, oh, he scans it again. And I'm like, what's going on? What's happening here? And also I drove so fast to Scott, because Scott did full service. He did a great job of like, he was ready right when I got there.
Wait, even though you were running late and didn't have a passport, you're still like, well, I'm still not going to park at the airport.
Because I think I got to the airport, even with Scott taking me there. I think I got there like an hour and a half early.
Okay.
And so I was like, surely it's not going to be that much longer. If anything, I think I'll be okay. The security lines at Kansas City, I think it was like, a 2:00 flight. So it wasn't like the crazy time of day. Anyway, so I'm going through everything. Oh, what? The passport doesn't, I don't know.
Weird. Your beeper might be messed up. You think it's because the airport's switching soon?
Yeah, maybe it's that.
Have you guys transferred over softwares?
You guys seem like you're on the wrong CRM. I think I've heard about CRMs and, are you guys doing the other chat GTPs?
I would send it as an attachment.
Yeah. Do you need me? Yeah. Do you need me to take a picture on my phone and then you guys can like do the eFax?
It's a male XLR to female 1/8 inch.
Okay. Yeah. Do you need to do that? Do you need
It
to?
goes canines, incisors, peanuts.
What does the Amazon AWS say about it?
Ear, nose, and throat doctors. They can do all three.
How do we, know that you're not messing up? How are you scanning it? Are you doing the RFIDs? Are you doing the RFIDs or are you doing more of like the CPM3s?
So did you try some of that with him?
I did. I all that. I was like, and he's like, oh, it's expired and there's a 1 year grace period. So let's see. And he's like, nope, September 2021. Yeah, that thing's long gone. And so they call over Brad. This guy's name is Brad. Brad's like the main agent guy.
I wonder what Brad's grace period is.
Brad was very kind and had me fill out this little form. All I put was like my name and my address, essentially.
Scam likely? Answer or don't answer?
Sure.
Okay.
Likely. Don't.
Hey, this is Jake.
Hi, Jacob. My name is Christy. I'm calling from the booking department of Supreme. How are you today?
Oh, Supreme, like the clothing brand?
The pizza.
We are a travel agency.
The Supreme Travel Agency.
Okay. Supreme Travel Agency.
Yes.
Well, thanks for calling.
Oh, okay. You have a great day, Jacob.
Okay, thanks. That's a pretty good experience.
I never answer those things, but the few times I have, I feel like they wait a long time because they know you're about to hang up on them.
She waited to give me the pitch. She was just like, yeah, we're just Supreme Travel Agency.
Yes, go ahead and hang up now. Okay, you're not going to, so.
Props to her Friday at 4 p.m. Still making the calls.
Still grinding, baby. She's in Pacific time, though, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, fill out the form. This guy calls a specific number. I'm sure you've seen all this before.
Okay.
This guy calls like a national number.
A weird phone?
No, it was a pretty legit looking cell phone.
We had like a Seinfeld 90s phone come out.
Oh, that's even cooler.
Like Lone Survivor, hey, I'm not getting comms down here. One of those weird phones.
It's a handful of a phone.
Looks like a grenade in their hands.
There's some national number. And he prepped me before. He's like, do not hesitate on any of this because they're going to hear your answer and then they're also going to hear me relay it to them. So he's like, the more that you hesitate, the more it's going to seem like you don't know what you're talking about.
Wow. He's like, hey, don't give me a Supreme Travel Agency, all right? I need you to hit the gap.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, yeah, I got it. And I was trying
I love this idea. You're so nervous to answer quickly. You just answer incorrectly.
Let me tell you. I was not nervous, but I played nervous to get some sympathy points with the people. Honestly,
okay.
I was like,
rubbing the back of your neck. Okay.
I was like, oh gosh, okay, sorry about this. Hey, I'm sorry we had to do this. It's okay. In my head, I'm like, I knew this was going to happen.
Sorry, my wife and 3 kids at home that I provide
that
for.
I'm leaving to go to this conference to be a better dad for them. They really are counting on me to get there. So he calls me, or he calls these people, and he immediately goes, he's like, first thing he asks is, what are the last 4 digits of your phone number? And I thought he was going to say Social Security. Were you expecting me to say Social Security?
Yes.
And so I froze for a good 2 seconds.
Oh, no.
Which is not that long.
Whatever you do, don't hesitate. What's your phone number?
Yeah.
Duh.
Oh, gosh.
Start me off with an easy one.
I was like, I was so close to saying my social. And it's 2 seconds, but let's do that real quick. Hey, Jacob,
okay.
What are the last 2 digits of your phone, last 4 digits of your phone number?
8577.
See, that's 2. That's and so I was just, I was like, okay. And I said it and he's like, good job. And he's like, and then he asked me, he's like, what university, did you attend a university? I said, yes, I did. He's like, which one? I said, Kansas State. And he's going like this, kind of giving me more.
Go on. And you're like, let's go Wildcats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's great. That's a great idea. Come on, give me more. It's okay.
You start doing the Wabash.
K-State Wildcats for alma mater. Fight.
And he's like, more.
Glory into, I was in Moore Hall. I lived in Moore Hall my freshman year. Prove your worth. No, but he's like, Kansas State. And I was like, university. He's like, very good. They need you to say university. Huh. So those were the 2 questions I needed to answer the first time. Got through.
That's how Megan's was. Anything they asked her was available on Facebook.
Oh,
it was
really?
like, what's your mom's birthday?
Okay, brother. I'll get to the second part.
Okay.
Coming back from Austin, I'll tell you all about Austin later, but coming back from Austin, I felt fine. I was like, this is the easiest thing ever.
They call some guy bippity boppity.
Some guy thinks he can, stump the big daddy over here. No way. And so I go through and, play dumb again, just in case.
Yeah.
Austin has the same scanners. You can't get past them. They're there for a reason. And so get pulled over. This guy's not as nice. This guy is ready. Like, this guy's acting like I am a T word.
This is Austin versus Kansas City right here. Is what it is.
Is exactly right. Yeah. Everyone thinks that, Texas is so nice, but Austin, not so much. This guy's looking to stump me. I feel like he's excited to just read through me and figure out that I'm a drug dealer or something.
Okay.
And so
like you got a wife with 2 passports or something.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's that second passport your wife has. What's that about? Is that Jason Bourne situation?
Maiden Hayden going on.
And why does your daughter have a passport? Is she a mule of some sort? And so, go ahead.
You ever pooped a balloon?
What are you implying? So anyway, this guy, does the same thing, and he calls the national thing, and he goes, "You ever done this before?" Like he figured out something new. I was like, "Yeah, I had to do this on Saturday whenever I flew here. I still don't have my wallet."
Yeah.
He's like, "Huh," and he goes. You could tell he was like listening to something on the other line. He goes, "Just letting you know, this is not a guarantee." And at that point is when I actually got nervous.
You're like, okay, this guy's not quite bad for me.
Like, this is not looking good. And so the first question he asks, I think it's the first question. I'm so embarrassed to even say this. I hyped up my mom so much last week, as like a game changer in my life. I have said it a million times in this podcast. I'll say it one more time. I am truly, truly bad with dates. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So they go, name one of your immediate relatives. First thing that pops in my head, Georgianne Ellis. I said, yeah, Georgianne Ellis.
You didn't hesitate. You did good with that one?
I knew it right away. I was like, that's my mom. I guarantee that's my mom. And they go, okay, what's her date of birth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap.
Oh, no.
I'm so bad at this stuff, dude. I don't know why, but I think I know my sister and my mom both are like in the 20s. Like one of them September 23rd, one of them's April 27th. I think maybe it's April 23rd, September 27th. And so I was like,
but you don't even know the month. You just know it's in the 20s.
No, I know my mom is September and in the 20s. Okay. My sister Julie is April and in the 20s.
Oh, okay.
But one of them's 27th, one of them's 23rd.
Oh, okay.
And so I go, okay, September 23rd for my mom. And they go, what year? I have no idea.
You don't know that?
No.
Really?
And they're like, do the math. And I pull out my phone. They're like, you can't pull out your phone. You gotta do it by
It's not open book.
And this is when I start getting flushed.
I can't believe this happened.
I'm like, I'm getting kicked out of the airport. I'm gonna have to. How am I supposed to get home? I'm not gonna be able to rent a car. Like, I'm not driving home. What am I supposed to? At this point, I was like, I don't know. I don't know, because it's not like I can just come back here and try again tomorrow. So
what'd you do?
I just guessed, dude. I was like, 1955. And they're like, okay, 1955. Didn't confirm. I still need to talk to my mom about, like, Mom, what's your birthday? And I'm so sorry, Mom. I hope you know I love you so much. I'm just so bad with that stuff. For whatever reason, if it's a low date, like I know my dad's December 3rd. I know my sister Dana's February 2nd. No idea when your birth. Yours is in the top middle kind of thing, right? August 18th, maybe.
Kinda.
August 23rd.
Closer, kinda.
August 22nd.
27th.
See, I'll never remember that. It's too high.
It's too high.
It is too high for me. I'm done with that.
Okay.
So anyway, then he asks me, like, can you tell me somebody who lives in the same house as you? I knew right away, because like whenever I said Georgianne Ellis and they asked the date of birth, I was like, I should have said Catherine. Why did I say Catherine? And so I was like, right away, I was like, Catherine Ellis.
Yeah.
And then he starts marking stuff off on a piece of paper. He's like, all right, you're good. He's like, FYI, you will never get to do this again. I was like, whoa. And then he took my luggage through security. Like I got to supersede everybody in line. Bypass. And then he scanned that bad boy like no one's ever scanned my luggage before.
You got in there?
And it was the end of the trip, AKA I just threw all of my dirty clothes in.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, kind of halfway inside out underwear, just getting like probed by this thing.
Interesting.
It was like this, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like this, almost like a selfie stick. And he was just shoving it in everywhere he could find.
Into your clothes?
Into my clothes. And
did he shove the selfie stick into the clothes that you were currently wearing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got integrated.
He integrated himself big time. I mean, in ways that I didn't even know were possible. Like, cool. I mean, there's a right angle function on that bad boy. And hello. No, I was kidding. But the funny thing, there's another little story is that when I did get to Austin the first time, like when I flew in there, I went and looked at my luggage and I had accidentally packed like 6 pairs of pants and like 3 shirts. I'm like, what? Why did I? Because I was in a hurry packing. So I didn't realize what I had packed the night before or whatever. And so I went to Patagonia like the next day because it was right down the street and I bought a few things. Didn't end up wearing them, but had them. And so my suitcase was stuffed.
Okay.
And so him getting everything out, he had such a hard time getting it back in. And I bet this guy's such a fool. So anyway, I'll just say I might be more irresponsible than I want to admit.
Isn't it so interesting how much that like they know about us, or just like, it's interesting that someone specifically has all this information like out in front of them that they can just choose to quiz you on.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want there to be more just rapid fire quizzing. I would do that on a security, thing every time.
Yeah. Instead of like TSA pre-check, I'd like to pay for like TSA pre-test.
Yes.
And like I get to go through, and like depending on how well I do, it's the amount of like bonuses I get. Like
how quickly you can get through.
Yeah, like you got a 94%, so you can get to leave your shoes on. You don't have to take your laptop out. You do have to remove your belt.
Let's do some TSA pretest real quick.
Just like anything about your own life.
Okay, Jake, who was your 4th grade teacher?
Too
much hesitation.
Right when I moved to Stratford. Mr. Estelle.
Mr.
Yeah,
good for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Jake.
Yeah.
What?
Jacob, actually,
what is the name of your dad's company that he works for?
He works for Springfield Grocers.
Okay. And what is the name of the high school that your mom went to?
She went to Raytown High School.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is your mom's natural hair color? I'm just kidding. Oh, go ahead.
I would say blonde.
Blonde. And then when was the last time you went to the dentist?
Oh, I'm working on a bit about that.
Really?
Yeah. It's been a while. Well, ever since Anderson moved.
So. I need a month, dude. You can't check your phone. You can't check your phone.
Look up Anderson Gilberto and see when he moved from Kansas City to Poplar Bluff.
I need a month. Like that is so tough.
I think it was right before I moved to Dallas. And it was right before I.
Okay, let me check my calendar for that month.
Hold
on.
I moved to Dallas. I knew I was going to be on. Okay. I'm going to go May of 2017. Lock it in.
You're going to have to go through the metal detector still, brother.
No! Yeah, TSA pretest. Do you want to get TSA pretested?
I do.
Okay. Okay, it says here, Bradford Ellis.
Nope.
Is that actually your name?
Bradley.
Okay.
Ley.
Why does it say Bradford on here?
That I was really popular on MySpace back in the day. It was a band that I was in. I was with this guy named Edward Sheeran, and he got really popular, and I kind of got left out in the dust.
Gotcha.
But honestly, we're equal in talent. Just look me up.
Okay. That was a little too much information. Going forward, I only need just
exactly
the facts.
what. Okay.
Hey, you getting a call?
Yeah, Jake Samplers. I think this is a mistake. He's trying to FaceTime me. I'm not gonna answer.
Okay. I mean, I would hope not in the middle of your TSA pretest.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, phone's off. Phone's in your pocket.
What day did you propose to your wife?
Do you need a date or do you need a day of the week?
What date? What is the date in which you proposed to your wife, Catherine Hanson Ellis?
August 6th, 2013.
Okay. That is great.
I don't know if that's positively true, but here's a fun fact about that is that I got a lock made to put on the fence that I proposed to her near, and they accidentally put the wrong date on the lock. Like they engraved it. And so I had to go back and be like, you did this wrong. Can you do it again, please?
Hey, Bembos.
And I think it was August 4th originally, and I changed it to August 6th.
Okay.
So on the lock, there's like a 4 and then a 6 over it. So
interesting.
Catherine's probably like, that's wrong date, but you got to have confidence.
Yeah, you didn't hesitate. Okay. What brand of milk did you grow up with? The government knows this. It's part of the TSA pretest. You get this right, and you actually get to upgrade seats.
I think
this is a difficult one.
I don't. I need a brand, man. That's what you do. That's what this guy would do. His name was Roger. I need a date. I need a year, man. I need a year.
I really need a brand. Please.
Anderson Erickson. No, it's not. It wasn't.
A famous painter? I need a brand of milk, please.
I feel like we were always store brand, man. Whether it was Dillon's or Walmart, but I don't know what that is.
I need a brand.
Dillmart.
Sounds like
yeah. Hey, welcome to Dillmart.
Dillmart.
Listen, you little Dillmart.
Hey, what were we saying yesterday? It was a funny rain sucker. No, what was it called?
Rain. It was a rain.
It was a poncho, but it was an off-rain poncho, and they called it like it was like a rain sucker.
A rain slicker.
Rain slicker.
Listen here, you little rain slicker.
Hey, rain slicker, I need a brand.
Shut up, rain slicker. Sorry, don't say shut up.
Who taught you math in 10th grade?
10th grade? Wow. That's way harder to me than grade school. Need a name, man. Need a name. 10th grade, I believe, was Mrs. England.
Oh,
her name?
Tricky. You think she would teach English?
Let me tell you some things about her. I don't remember her name for sure. Scott, you might remember this lady. She was a heavy set. She had short blonde hair.
Heavy set's a great adjective. I love that. My dad loves saying heavy set.
Yeah. So anyway, she was heavy set and blonde hair. And the crazy thing about her was that she played baritone in the Kansas City Symphony. That's actually true.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what was Steve Triplett and what was
11th and 12th grade. I remember was a guy named Mr. Albee, and he was awesome. He talked like this. No, that sounds Indian. He talked. How did he talk? Mr. Peck. Mr. Peck did very well today. I don't know. Scott would have a good impersonation of him. Anyway, but he loved The Office, and so we did office pranks to him. Like we put his stapler in Jell-O.
Oh, fun.
One time we put somebody's cell phone in the ceiling. Eventually, he got kind of tired of him. But anyway.
Last question, Bradford. What year was your dad born in?
1953, I think. If my mom's 55, then he's 53.
Okay, good guess.
Dad, please let me be right about that.
Sorry, one last question. What podcast will your dad appear on this Wednesday?
Ghostrunners podcast.
That's correct,
Oh,
Bradford.
baby.
Yeah,
What a natural transition.
Yeah, not bad. We're getting the dads involved. They're both going to be in town this week. So
it's going to be awesome.
We're recording with them. And so don't miss this Wednesday episode featuring our dads.
Leave a few comments of things we want to talk about with the dads, and maybe we'll do one of them.
Well, we're recording that before this will come out.
Well, leave a few comments on the Patreon is what I meant, because we're going to post a Patreon post about it right now.
Jake, you don't see what I meant?
No.
I meant the
You doofus. Gosh, just to understand what I'm doing.
You're going to export this part to Patreon right now, and then they'll comment on it. No, that is a good idea to get some good conversation going. Let them ask some questions. That'll be fun.
I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Who knows how they'll do with everything and the dynamic of four.
What have we done with them
We
before?
did the F12.
That's right.
Yeah. And they were all up there together. All our parents were up there. But yeah, nothing. My dad's never been on the podcast before.
Because even the time we did a bonus episode the week I proposed to Rachel, all of Rachel's family was on. But I think my dad was just working in the kitchen.
Yeah. Why did he not want to, or was he just working away and just couldn't stop?
I'll let them do it. And I'll just keep working. He knew he'd have his time. So he was excited when I told him, it's so funny. He was just like, I mean, normally I'd be nervous to do something like this, but I'll do it. And I'll do it because your fans are just so nice. I mean, I never see a negative thing. Anything you guys do is so great, so awesome. He was like, I swear I could go on your podcast and I could pick my nose for an hour. And the comments would be like, wow, I didn't know anyone could do it so good with both hands.
Yeah, for so long. I mean, the longevity of that nose picking.
He dedicated himself.
Did you see how much of he invested in that thing, and you see the return that he got?
He saw it through.
Yeah, exactly. He is dedicated to that. Absolutely.
So he's excited.
That's great. And speaking of nose picking, real quick, Bo is into nose picking right now.
Who isn't? And
I'll catch him every once in a while, like, hey, you gotta stop. And he just very innocently doesn't understand that the picking of the nose is the thing that's gross. And he just goes, well, I was just picking a booger. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
I wasn't doing anything weird.
Yeah, I was just picking a booger. It's so funny, man. He's getting a little more articulate these days, and it's kind of sad because it's like, oh man, I miss those kind of funny things you're saying. But it's also he's getting funnier and funnier every day. So just picking a booger.
When you asked me the last time I went to the dentist, I told you, I said, yeah, I'm writing trying to write a stand-up bit on this. Let me throw a few things out at you, Brad. What are you resonating with? Because I want to talk about how, the last time I went to the dentist really was years and years ago, because I was a part of this program, and I'm somewhat fabricating this, but it's somewhat true. Because my friend Anderson was a UMKC dental student. So he could give dental work for free.
I experienced this program as well.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think you were supposed to be the final project or whatever. Do you remember this?
The magnum opus.
Yeah. And then you weren't able to.
I wasn't I didn't qualify.
Yeah. So then I had to go in for a screen. Yeah. So I've been down in the dungeon, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's a funny premise. I don't think I'll set it up that way. That's just a little wordy and not as funny. But I think I want to talk about hey, I was working in youth ministry and how much money, and I heard about this program that lets you use first year dental students for free. I think that's the premise. That sets it up.
Okay.
And then just like these funny things like, I went in August. I don't know if you know anything about the American education system, but that's right when school starts. Like I went on syllabus week.
You were the rubric.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
See how bloody this is? That is an F. Yeah.
I don't know what they're teaching them like during syllabus week of dental school, how to hold a toothbrush. I guess it's just the basics. And I went
So these are molars. The thing you're about to take out is called a molar.
Yeah. And
That's
it's like, I don't know what kind of skills I thought they were going to have. Like, they haven't been trained in anything. I was just hoping they had a knack for root canals. I'm just like, just always had a knack for these.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do one.
Can't teach it, actually. I just grew up with it.
It's just something you're born with, man.
Yeah. Oh, you can't teach a root canal. Some people have it, some people don't. I wrote down, using a first-year dental student to work on your teeth is like needing work done on your car and going to a first-year dental student.
That's a great joke. Like,
you like that?
It's just like very like plainly like, not quite. Like you think it's going to,
like some cool comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this cracks me up, and I'm not sure how to like do it exactly, but like the idea of like, let's say I'm talking to someone in the waiting room and I'm kind of getting sketched out by like the clientele and anyway, and like a guy in the waiting room has a lisp. And I start to get nervous. I'm like, did they do this to you? Like something about me not like that could somehow affect your speech habits.
Oh, yeah. And you got to figure out like a really funny thing that the lisp guy says.
Yeah. He says something to me. I'm like, say that again. And then he's like, I think this guy's a lisp.
Yeah.
Did they do this to you?
We got a lisper over here.
Did you talk like this? Like, how long have you been doing this program? So
no, seriously. It's like super legit.
It saved me quite a bit.
Quite a bit of pathos. Wait, you from Mexico too? You look American. That's good. I like that.
Thanks. Just jotting stuff down.
Yeah. What does that look like? Like, did you just make that up randomly one day, or are you working pretty consciously on stand-up right now?
I'm going through doing a lot of writing right now. I think. Yeah, I've written more the last 2 months than I've ever written on stand-up.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really fired up to like get to practice some of this stuff. I was thinking about doing something on Patreon, like calling it open mic night, but there's almost no way for it to go even somewhat okay. Just like someone delivering stand-up jokes to an empty room, to an empty camera.
I disagree. Why? I mean, why? Why wouldn't it go okay? Like, just because you're not getting the instant gratification, but I think people would still be able to like give you advice on it.
Yeah, I just think stand-up has a certain way it's like meant to be consumed. And if it's consumed by like one guy with no laughter, everything seems not that funny when like...
Let's get a laugh track in there then.
I could do that. Yeah.
We have
my
that
own laugh
pad.
track. Yeah, the pad thing. Yeah. So anyway, just excited. Really excited. Writing a bit about my first time using a bidet. Because I talked about that on the podcast. It's like, that should definitely be like a bit. Like even the fact that dial, on one side it says nozzle cleanser, the other side says women. Like that's such a great, I don't even have to make anything up. Like such a great setup.
Yeah.
And like the bit is going to be that I have like a liberal toilet because it's like taking a stance on like gender fluidity. It's like, wow, I got a conservative, fluidity.
Yeah.
I got a conservative house, but a Democrat toilet.
Perfect.
And then just the jokes you can make from that. Like it doesn't, flush your poop, it cancels it and different stuff. So
that's good.
Anyway, we don't need to talk about any of that anymore, but
I'm going to push back again. I think you should do it. If people want to see it on Patreon, let me know. Let us know.
Yeah. There's probably still like, do you follow that guy on Instagram, Matt Bushell? He's always got like the AirPods in. Actually, he got sponsored by Bose recently. He's just walking down the street in New York City and he's just doing like probably like a 60-second stand-up bit, but it doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
He's really figured out a way to like master this.
I haven't watched
He's
that.
the man.
Interesting.
I don't even know if he's a
Bushell.
comedian. He just like talks about like, he just rants very quietly and very calmly about an issue for like 60 seconds while walking down the street.
Okay.
Some people know what I'm talking about. Yeah, maybe I could do something like that.
That sounds really funny. I would watch that too. I would watch anything you do, Jacob.
Thanks.
I think that's fun.
Thank you.
A few fun things about my flight besides the thing I already talked about. For the first, I think I may be converted to what you already are, and that's a window seat person.
Yeah, I'm all window.
Talk to me about why you're a window guy. What's the main attraction for you?
It's cozier.
Yes.
I know I'm not going to go to the bathroom, so I don't want to be interrupted by anyone else going to the bathroom.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about my leg ever falling out into the aisle while I'm asleep because I will be asleep the whole time.
Because you'll hit the cart
girl
potentially.
Which they do not like me calling them a cart girl. I'm like, I'm a golfer, and they're like, that doesn't.
Sir, my name's Clint. It's like, well, cart girl.
And then other really important thing, it's only important if you're not in charge of it, is the window.
Yep.
I've been just screwed over so many times. Blinded by it. Yeah. Sit middle, sit in aisle.
Yeah.
And someone who's just never seen the sun before decides, hey, I'd like to take a look at this for the next 3 hours. And it is so bright in there. Okay. So I love being in control of the window. can make or break a flight.
That's fair. And I tried to be cognizant of that and like shut the window. But the first like 10 minutes, this has never happened to me. I knew where we were when we were flying. Like I could track where we were in Kansas City, and it was so exciting.
Oh, in Kansas City. That is fun. Little GeoGuessr review.
Like we were so close to flying over my house.
Really?
We were on a flight path here. Like you can see airplanes all the time. And so like, I was like, I think we're going to go over our house.
Wow.
We went like just west of here, Mill Valley High School, if you know where, like K7 and like
Kirsten taught there.
There you go.
Fun fact.
So you know all about Mill Valley.
I would say all that.
I mean, tell us the mascot and
okay. They're Falcons.
They're Falcons.
You think, well, not Falcons.
Just the Falcons.
Falcons.
Come on, Falcons.
Falcon.
For Falc's sake. Is that too far? Anyway, yeah, it was so like I was like a little kid. Like I was giddy. I was like, there's the NASCAR track, you know? Oh, there's Cabela's. Cabela's look so tiny from up here. And I was like, if we go over my house, I'm gonna take a picture and Hattie and Bo are gonna think it's the coolest thing ever. And we didn't quite do it. But I will live for that experience. If I'm ever flying out of Kansas City, I'm gonna be window from now on.
I was talking somewhere, maybe it was on Correct Opinion or something. I wanted the idea, we've seen glass bottom boats. Give me a glass bottom airplane. Let me look out the bottom of it. How fun would that be? I know where the cargo goes. That goes on top or something. We have to re-engineer an airplane. But being able to see like the whole thing is a window.
Would you then also have options to shut it so that, because you're worried about the sunlight?
If you're taking,
that seems like it'd be a pretty bright.
If you're paying the money to take a glass airplane, you're not sleeping through it.
So you think it's like a different,
it's
like
a luxury.
It's like a different kind of airplane option.
Yeah,
it's not like every airplane is glass bottom.
It's not every man's.
Glass bottom boys.
No, this is a very special thing. That's pretty fun. But yeah, I love the window seat.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
Fun. Well, I have lots of random things, but tell me more about your week.
Let's see. I booked some flights. I booked some window seats. I finally booked the honeymoon.
Okay.
And the blinks have been changed from what I blinked at you last time.
Yeah, because did you end up doing the TPC?
Oh yeah, I did kind of tell you about that. Yeah, basically, long story short, we don't get into it too much, but I was planning on missing 4 stand-up comedy dates for the sake of the honeymoon. Mood Swings manager Joe Gilliland. Also, when you were talking about passport, I was like, oh yeah, my passport is expired. Honeymoon, gonna need it. I remember Joe Gilliland's like, hey, I got a passport guy for you, which is a little sketchy, but it could come in handy.
Wouldn't hate knowing that guy's name, Joe. I'll order 3.
Yeah, I'll get a couple.
You got an ID guy too?
One for my winter coat and one for my house.
What does that even mean, a passport? Like,
I know, it's fascinating.
Because I guess February, like, yeah, you should be able to get one in a normal amount of time. Like you could just go to the post office, right? For a passport.
Is that where you go?
I think that's one of the options.
Well, maybe I'll go.
Or maybe just go to the passport guy. I like the idea. Go to the passport guy just for the experience.
Just let's see what passport guy can do.
You're going to have to like fly to Dallas and he just like takes you to a post office. Yeah. This is Tom.
They do it different down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Joe hits me up and is like, hey, I saw your guys' tour dates. And so you guys were performing in Jacksonville. I got you and Trey a tea time for 4 on TPC Sawgrass, which is like
the 3rd worst course in the world, right? Like
that's
no one
thing,
really
Brad.
wants to go there.
It's actually one of the best.
No way.
You would think it's one of the worst.
Like Tiger Woods has never played there though, right?
That's the thing, Brad. Yeah, I mean, you guys know I'm pretty new to golf, but from what I know, I mean, I think it's definitely a top 5 course. It might be like maybe the second nicest behind like the Masters, like Augusta National.
I'll tell you what Google says right now.
And so anyway, very nice course. And not only is it just like this great opportunity to get content, but the way Joe was kind of explaining it is like, this is such a great opportunity. Like you've got a tea time booked for 4 of you. This is an incredible collab moment. Like what YouTube golfer out there in the world is not going to say no to filming a TPC Sawgrass with you guys?
Not going to say no. Yeah.
So you could probably go and get whoever you want. And so I was like, man, that could be really fun. And then the more I was thinking about it, I was like, well, if I did do those 4 stand-up comedy days, I mean, that could definitely help pay for the honeymoon.
Yeah.
And also flying out of like all those tour dates are in Florida, which is
quicker,
great too.
Easier, cheaper, probably flights.
Yeah. And so everything about it. So I'm like, all right, this is interesting. And I hadn't booked the honeymoon yet. And so I'm like getting ready to like prepare this like pitch for Rachel of like, all right, can we change the honeymoon? And I was like 4 words into it. She's like, yeah, it's great. I was like, you don't want to hear about like the other things I've like rehearsed in my mind? She's like, no, we can do whatever.
I was there for that conversation.
Oh yeah, you kind of were.
I was like, oh gosh, okay. I hope that she says yes to this. Or yeah, I was like, it was not awkward at all, but it could have definitely been like,
yeah. I was like, we can talk about this later. But Joe mentioned this. And she's like, that's great.
I know. Yeah, I was like, we can talk about this later, and then you guys are going for it.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. And she was like already excited. She's like, when I can like fly into Tampa the last day because like my grandma has like a place there, and like I could go to your show in Tampa and then we could leave from the honeymoon there. I'm like, this is awesome. You were awesome. This is so easy. This is so great. So that's gonna be a fun thing. But it was so so she agreed to do the new honeymoon dates, yada yada. And so you guys probably saw the YouTube version of last Monday's podcast did not come out on time. Nightmare scenario. I'm in Iowa, no Wi-Fi. Justin is just ripping gigs across the country. He's in an arena with no Wi-Fi. We call on the hands of some of our Gene Schwartz editors. Ross comes to the rescue. He's having all these trouble. Yeah, rescuing us from this. And so I'm just like staying up, waiting to hear back from Ross, staying up, get the whole honeymoon booked. Very productive. Except
have enough Wi-Fi for honeymoon, but not enough Wi-Fi.
I could do that. Yeah, I couldn't upload an hour and a half long video. But yeah, anyway, it was weird to booking it though. Like I would book my flight and then I would go to book Rachel's flight and it like went up like $70. And I was like, what? Just immediately?
Why didn't you book them both at the same time?
Because can you do that?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel
you can like check the two people are flying instead of one.
I mean, I feel like I looked for that, like on American Airlines. I like look to like add a passenger.
To be fair, I'm usually Southwest, so maybe American just wants to do one at a time.
I like tried and couldn't find it. So like, oh well, I'll just do these separate. And so anyway, the flight goes up there. Well, the same night I've booked the resort. I've booked all these flights. I guess I maxed out my credit card, but I didn't know that. And so
baller status.
Rachel's.
You need me. You should have called me.
I know you're my guy.
Yeah.
And so I find out my card got declined just on the very last purchase of the night, which was Rachel's flight to the spot.
Okay.
And they're like, we're only going to hold this for you for 24 hours. And I'm like, oh, what if I don't get this in time? So I go look at the flight now.
The final spot on the plane?
Yes. And so then I go look at it and it says that they're still offering one seat online, but now the price is like doubled again. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Because you're trying to buy it so many times. And so it's like,
probably just thinks like,
there's a high demand for this bad boy.
Yeah.
Doubled?
Yeah.
So did you have to pay it?
No, because I paid with a different credit card.
Okay.
In time. And so
nice.
It was all good. But it's fun. It's exciting to have all that booked. And my new thing now, because Rachel doesn't know where we're going or anything, my new bit is to keep acting like I accidentally like release it.
Right.
Like, and Tampa will be convenient because that's so close to Jamaica. Oh.
Classic. Yeah.
And yeah. I love it. I don't know why I'm worried about my honeymoon. We're only going to Hawaii.
Oh, no.
Shoot. You didn't hear that, did you?
Yeah, I was drinking one of those smoothies, Oh. No.
Random question. What side of the road did they drive on in South Africa? Oh. That's not about the honeymoon.
That's just because I'm like interested in watching a documentary and I want to like know if it's like being mirrored on there or if it's like a true like camera thing.
Am I watching like a weird like downloaded like pirated version where they mirror it?
I just didn't know if I need my 3D glasses for the documentary about Dave Matthews. So that's great.
Anyway, whatever. That's all honeymoon stuff. It's fine. It's dandy. A big thing going on in the lives of mainly Rachel in Kansas City is something is happening in the water in Kansas City.
Something in the water.
That's right.
That sounds like a cool, like, kind of like Mississippi folky, like acoustic rock song. We got something in the water.
Something happened in East Ohio. The trains are wrecking.
Trains are wrecking. We don't know what to do, but we drink that H2O. There is something in the water. You don't know what to do. What's the next part?
I don't know.
And then my girl is falling over. But I thought that was just because she was infatuated with me. But then I learned that there's something in the water.
It's becoming rolling on the river a little bit.
Something in the water.
Yeah, that could easily be a song.
Water. Yeah, that's great.
I was gonna see what is the chemical that spilled to try to work that into the song. It just says chemical, whatever. Moment's over. Anyway, okay.
Is it? Because there's something in the water. Somebody write
Everywhere you look, vinyl chloride. There it is.
There is vinyl chloride in the water.
They really don't like telling you this everywhere. It's just hazardous. Oh, butyl acrylic.
Butyl acrylic in the water.
Anyway, there is something in the water here in Kansas City. Something's going on. 2 days ago, Rachel says, hey, this water like smells weird. Mm-hmm. We just got a bunch of new glasses. I was like, maybe that's it. Then the
glasses do make a big difference for that stuff.
I was like, it could be.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, we don't know. Another day goes by. Rachel tests the water. Each of our different sinks, I keep saying our. I don't live. It's weird though, because I work here and I own the house, but I don't. I just want everyone to know I don't live here.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, yeah, preface that, but then also you can say our.
But it does feel like our house. Okay.
Were those glasses gifted to you by a ghostie?
Could be from Ohio too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
actually, no, I think they came from my parents.
Oh, they didn't get off the gift registry on Target or Crate and Barrel for you guys from the ghosties.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Anyway.
And so,
but those were from your parents as a gift to both of you. Therefore, those are your glasses.
Our glasses, our house.
What's your glasses is Rachel's glasses.
That's right.
If you guys ever like break off your engagement, God forbid, you would get half those glasses.
We talked and we would.
Yes.
That's part of it.
We'd each have a monocle of glass.
Half glass.
Yeah.
We tried out different spouts in the house, different glasses. It smells weird. It tastes weird. Rachel goes and into the city. Rachel goes into substitute teaching.
To the city.
Yeah.
the bustling city
she
of
goes
Overland
in,
Park.
She exits the house. But no, Rachel's substitute teaching. And in there, she notices that even the water in the school tastes weird, smells weird. Everywhere she goes, her coffee tastes weird, smells weird. Other people are talking
coffee?
about it. Rachel kept describing it as chalky. A woman she works with said, hey, does your water seem chalky to you? It's the exact word.
Unprovoked chalky?
Said the same word. And then we saw Shawnee Mission School District advised no teachers, no faculty, no kids, no staff to drink the water because something's happening.
Because there's something in the water.
So.
Something chalky in the water.
It's chalky. It's stinky.
It's chalky and it's stinky and it doesn't really taste good. There's something in the water. Doof, 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 doof. Yeah,
so
dude,
it was cool. Like Rachel cracked the case. Rachel was early on this and she was like, can you try this? Because like I am weird with my nose and with water. I feel like I like it a certain way. So maybe it's just me. And I was like, no, this is chalky water.
Okay. And last night, so we hung out with you guys last night and I heard all this and I was skeptical. I wanted to not believe it so badly.
I wasn't planning on believing it either.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's something in the water.
Something in the water.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, school districts are telling their kids not to drink the water.
That was crazy. You found that out while we were there. Like, after I drank it, like, cause I was still like, whatever. This is just in our heads a little bit or like, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But then it's like, don't even drink it.
Yeah.
That's why, like, it's one thing to be like, oh, there's some weird mineral in here because, badgers were, having a weird time and they ate something to whatever.
Official report from
well, everyone knows that February is like Badger Thanksgiving, and so it's just they have different diets and they have different feasts, and so the excrements from badgers during that time is just different, and it causes something weird in the water.
You want to go on a diet? Change the badgers' diet because what the badgers eat, we eat.
We've always said that. Hey, yeah, it's not just me; it's what I'm eating is eating.
Yeah.
And the badgers sometimes, scare those things. So figure that out.
So to be careful drinking the water in Kansas City. If you Google or if you like Twitter search like Kansas City water, everyone's talking about it. Like,
do they have lots of like explanations? Like, what's going on?
A lot of people are saying like the water companies are like, this is normal. This is fine.
No problem.
Once a year, we always tell the schools not to drink the water.
Everyone knows it's Badger Feast. Badger Feast weekend.
Hey, the Badgers are ovulating. Chill out. All right? It's not that big a deal. Let them,
Badgers.
It's best just to let them finish.
Let them finish.
And then you can drink it later, all right? Get a Gatorade.
Let's go on Twitter and have some conspiracy. Let's like make up some conspiracies for this thing real fast.
Because a lot of people are going to think it's a train wreck. It's not a train wreck.
It's not that Ohio thing.
No.
What have you heard? I have some rumblings, but like let's hear what you've heard first, right?
So I've heard there has been a lot more males using electric razors recently.
Yes.
And that
specifically Gillette, I think, like the mock ones,
and
they still do mocks.
What would you call it? Just the excess, the
stubble.
The stubble gets in the air and it pollutes from the top down.
We've been saying there's something in the water. There's stub thing in the water is what I think everyone else is saying. Hey, there's something in the water.
You don't think
like you say it fast enough, you think we're hearing. There is a stubbing in the water. Stubble. Okay. So
that's what I heard.
It's a stubble because stubble creates, that's how you make chalk, I think.
It's part of it.
Okay. I've just heard like people are doing this weird thing. It's called half shaking. And so it's where you go, like people are still like, hey, I can't get over my addiction for milkshakes. And so what I'm doing, it's like a trend on TikTok, I think.
Okay.
Is they're still getting their milkshakes, but they're only drinking half of them.
Okay.
And then they're throwing the rest in the trash. They're not just like disposing it on the sidewalk where ants and, like vermin, badgers will, lick that up. And so there's a lot of liquid in the trash these days. And it's like milky liquid. Mm-hmm. And think about what's another word for milky liquid?
Chalk.
Yeah.
There's chalking in the water.
There's half shaking in the water. So yeah, it's just like rotten milkshake water, I think.
Brad, you ever heard of the butterfly effect?
Yes. But explain to me what that means exactly.
So basically it's saying like just the flap of one monarch butterfly
yes,
can affect the outcome
of the World Series.
Of the world of the 1998 World Series when butterfly effect took place. Well, anyway, as you guys probably know.
That's why Angels in the outfield, he's doing this. He's like,
being the
butterfly effect.
Butterfly.
It could happen.
Flap your wings. The original script for The Rookie, when she actually tells her son to float it, the original script
Rookie of the year. Rookie of
the Year. She actually says, flap it. Flap it.
Flap it. Oh, you remember the bad guy in that scene? Sorry, we're getting so off topic here. He goes, this one's for mommy. For mommy. Justin, put that in. Just that clip. Because I am close. I saw him just like that. This one's for mommy.
Bad guys were so good. They were cast so well in every show, in every movie, ever.
Biff.
They were so bad.
What's that? Back to the Future Biff? Is that his name? Biff?
Oh,
Griff?
yeah. Biff.
Another guy that can't be a
really
CEO.
Hateable bad guy.
No way is Biff running a company.
No. Who are other famous bad guys? Just guys you genuinely hated. I mean, Scar in Lion King. I hated Scar.
That
was a bad guy. It was a good call to make him like a dark tiger. Like he was just scary and like mean.
Yeah. He was pretty bad. I'm blanking right now on bad guys, but there are some bad ones out there.
Home Alone. You think he's a bad guy, the shoveler, the whole time?
Oh, that gotcha? Yeah.
Yeah. They did a good job making him seem evil.
Yeah. Give me some more. I'm blanking on
him. Sid in Toy Story.
Sid like genuinely like scares me to this day.
He was like sadistic.
Sadistic.
That guy grew up and like paid for like feet pictures.
Like
for sure.
I'm borderline like not like I think we have shown that to Hattie, but I'm a little bit nervous like showing her Toy Story because I think that's like genuine scary.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Passion of the Christ?
Yeah, those guys.
Just evil all around.
Evil's in their name. That's why they're the devil. Yeah. Anyway, lots of bad guys. What are we talking about? Something in the water.
Well, yeah. I just thought to search. I never searched Reddit, so I went to the Kansas City subreddit and then searched water. And people are talking.
Mm-hmm.
A friend described it as almost like tasting baking soda. Chalky.
Okay. Baking soda. Okay. So what kind of soda is usually used for baking? Is it Pepsi or Coke?
Dr. Thun?
Yeah.
Mellow Yet?
Which is going to be so hard when we don't have any Coke when we go to Jamaica.
Do they sell Dr. Pepper in the Dominican? Shoot. Rachel laughed like the first 2 times, and I think now she's like, all right.
Really? Yeah, I think that's like, I feel like that's her joke that you kind of inherit. I feel like she does that.
Yeah.
Like she does this one a lot.
No, she's been great. But someone else said, I called Water One. Happens to be the Shawnee kind of water. People, you pay Water One?
I do.
They bring you water?
Yep.
They said there was an odor that got through the system on Monday. So they changed the treatment to fix the issue. Likely story.
So it's either it's gonna taste weird or it's gonna taste weird. Like it feels like there's like so there's something in the water then. They had to put something in it to replace the odor.
There's something in the water.
You don't think it's like, I don't know,
Oh, sorry, keep going.
like 9/11 or like Watergate? Is that what Watergate is?
Wait, hold on a second.
Is that why they call it that? Watergate. How do you think the odor got through? Where did it get through?
Open the gate.
Watergate, dude.
Someone at Water One opened the gate.
There's no way the odor just like gets in where? Where else does an odor get in except for a gate? Hey, you come in my backyard. How are you getting in? Through the gate, dude.
That's
I don't know.
a good point.
Think about it.
Good point. Watergate. Gate.
Water.
Whole bunch. Gatewad.
Gatewad. Anybody called you Gatewad yet?
Because Watergate's already taken, so you got to reverse the names. Gatewad.
Gatewater. Listen here, you rain slicking Gatewater.
You called you Gate. This is a Dear Shawnee Mission School District staff and families. We write you to inform you we are dealing with an issue in the county. We are informed that the issue is county-wide was caused by ice dams, badgers.
Ice dams. You ever seen a badger in the Pacific? The tropical places? No, they're always in the ice.
Midwest ice.
They're icy people, icy furry creatures.
Look them up.
It
was caused by ice dams that impacted intake pipes. Read gates.
Yeah,
that's the same as a gate.
That's like fancy water aquologist version of gates.
Impacted intake pipes on the Missouri River.
The what river?
Water.
Which river?
It said Missouri.
Why do they call it the Missouri River? It goes like way north and way south. How does Missouri get that name, you think?
Well, I mean, it is in Missouri. It's not like they just chose a random state.
But it's also like in South Dakota.
Sure.
That's why I'm just curious. Like, how does same with Mississippi? Like Mississippi goes north of Mississippi, right?
Yeah, like it doesn't even really. At least Missouri River, it starts. It ends in Missouri. It ends in Missouri because then it dumps into the Mississippi.
Okay, that's fair. If it has like an origin or something,
but I was going to say even Mississippi, it dumps into Louisiana, right, and then into the Gulf.
I believe you. I trust you. I don't know for sure.
I think water goes down. Yeah,
most places.
Watergate.
Anyway,
okay. So something's going on.
I have so many things from Austin. We can talk about them Wednesday or another time. One thing I do want to talk about is a new theory I have that has really nothing to do with Austin except for it just was birthed in Austin. So my friend TJ was talking about the WNBA.
Okay.
The WNBA is the Women's National Basketball Association. And apparently the WNBA players, I don't know the whole story, so maybe I'm butchering some of the details or whatever, but from what I understand, they're basically upset that they're not getting paid more because obviously NBA players get paid millions and millions of dollars. WNBA players, I don't believe, get very much money. Are you looking it up? You fact checking me on this?
Yeah.
But the kind of, then like the argument is like, you learn that the WNBA actually loses a lot of money per year. Once again, not really great on fact checking all this stuff. You can tell me what I got wrong, but basically that's the idea that I have is like
the average WNBA salary is $100,000.
Okay. And can you see how much the WNBA makes or loses every year?
Sure.
Because TJ joked about like, you guys are losing money every year. Therefore you should actually pay people back for this.
They lose roughly $10 million a year.
Roughly $10 million a year.
And
that's wild.
It went up. Yeah. I
think
it's going up.
Then the conversation arose and I kind of had the idea that I want to take to you, Jake, and tell me, you can either tell me what is genius about this idea, what holes I have, how we can improve upon it. But basically I had the idea of a few different things to just improve the WNBA. Number one is the best thing in basketball, in my opinion, is the slam dunk.
Great.
Right? Like no one says like, hey, that's a great idea. Everyone's like, no, that's a slam dunk because it's the best thing you can do.
No one says like, Brad, I never thought of that. That's a total layup.
Dude, that is a sweet reverse layup, dude. Like there's no doubt. No, it's a slam dunk.
Brad, maximizing our strengths, that's a total 8-foot jumper.
Dude, that's like taking a charge on like a guy that's bigger than you that's already got 4 fouls.
No, they say slam dunk.
No, they say it's a slam dunk. And so that's the first thing, is that we need more slam dunks. I had a few different ideas. Either one was like having mini trampolines on the court. Seems a little dangerous.
Also, let's just bring back the full term slam dunk. I'm tired of hearing dunk contest. He dunked, windmill dunk, tomahawk dunk,
what?
slam dunk.
I think you and I have probably influenced the generation a little too much to shorten everything, abbreviation.
Yeah.
I think we need to go even further. We need to go give me 5.
Unabbreviation.
Hey, give me 5. Not like give me a high five in my hand every time you say it. Let's do this, Panthers, right? Like
let's all high five.
Let's have a slam dunk of a day. Okay.
That's great.
So anyway, the slam dunk needs to come back, which means that the rims need to get lowered. 8 foot rims.
Great.
Okay. That's first thing. Second thing is, and this is where I get really excited, Jacob, because there's sponsorship opportunities. There's just entertainment value through the roof. Everyone that goes to that game buys a ticket, has a seat, and they have an opportunity. 2 people per game get the opportunity to get plucked out of their seat. Plucked meaning because it can be sponsored by Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, Zaxby's, whoever wants to do it. Zaxby's pluck of the game. And 2 different people get plucked out of their seats and are now on the teams, 1 per each team. It could be, can you imagine, like you get like, and you never know if you're going to get plucked. You never know if you're going to get plucked, and you get plucked, and all of a sudden you're having the opportunity.
Here's a jersey. You're number 24.
And for the record, I do not think that the WNBA players are not skilled. They are very, very skilled basketball players. So I think there's 2 different opportunities. Either one, you just have an opportunity to just embarrass the heck out of yourself and everyone laughs at you, and that's entertaining.
That makes SportsCenter.
Or B, you have the opportunity to yam on Lisa Leslie on the 8-foot goal.
Slam dunk.
You slam dunked it.
Guess what? That also makes it on SportsCenter.
Because that would be amazing if you just threw one down in a girl's face.
What do you think are the eligibility requirements of the potential pluckies? 18 to 65.
Yeah, I think a wide range. No, it doesn't have to be good health.
Okay.
You sign a waiver when you arrive that you are plucking without consequences.
I'm pluck eligible.
Yes, I'm pluck eligible. No, you have to pay more to not be pluck eligible, because I don't want people to be.
You got to pluck out.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be in like a no plucking section or something like this. Like no, you're over there. You're unpluckable. Like that's where the grandmas of the players sit or something. The diehard fans just want to watch it for the purity of the game. No, you got the plucking section over here.
Yeah,
and I think even we've talked about this, there needs to be a plucking reward system. So it's like, you get pluck points basically. Like you get a $20 ticket, and that's 20 pluck points. $100 ticket, 100 pluck points. But then you can gain pluck points throughout the night.
Yeah.
Whether it's $5 pretzel, 5 pluck points. Maybe you get an app on your phone, and the louder you scream into the app, the more ambiance you bring, you get more pluck points for that. Mm-hmm. And by the end of it, you have more of a higher probability of getting plucked. And so you get plucked. You're not only are you watching that game and excited to go to that game in person, when Scott Van Pelt brings that up on SportsCenter, I'm watching the plucks of the night.
I want to see plucks of the night.
I'm watching bad beats, bad plucks, like all these different things. There's so many different, word plays you can pluck on, like so many different things that are obviously a little bit inappropriate for Ghostrunners, but hey, it's not above the Minnesota Lynx. They'll do all the plucks. And so,
I mean, what a fun opportunity to be like, hey, you want to go to the WNBA game tonight? Like they're plucking fans.
Like you are bringing your basketball shoes.
Yeah, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
Exactly. I think it'd be so I would watch that. And I'm not trying to take anything away from women's basketball.
No, I played against Division II women's basketball players for 4 years. And they were
Division II even. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they were so much more like athletic and stronger than me.
Yeah.
And some of them even quicker than me.
Yeah. At K-State, they're like, dude, these girls are so much better than you would ever imagine. Yeah.
We each had a Spaney at each of our schools, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Wow. That's fun.
Anyway, yeah. They would destroy us, and that's what would be fun. Although occasionally you would get a plucker who's like played Division I basketball. And he can have time
I like
of his
the
life.
idea, Uncle Drew kind of style where you're kind of sandbagging, looking like you're like kind of this ratty guy. And then you get out there and you take off the shirt, or not shirt. No, we're keeping the shirt on.
Take off the cape.
Take off the warm up like hoodie. And all of a sudden like, oh, this guy's yoked. He's about to pluck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's alpha males out there that are going to get embarrassed all the time. Like some Guido of a guy that just the situation gets out there and just gets the pluck dominated out of him.
That'd be fun. I could see this being like what the Savannah Bananas have done for baseball.
Yes.
Some like small WNBA or like just women's basketball league needs to do this, where it's like they travel around and they do these like exhibition games where they play against like local, I don't know, do they have like a command or what was it? Generals type team or something?
Oh, like the Washington Generals. Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow to have a competitive basketball game with the plucking.
Because they lost $10 million this year. And so I think there's like 12 teams. And so that's, let's just say $1 million per team that everyone, I think you could make that back real quick with the pluck rule.
Who do we talk to?
Tom Brady pluck rule, you know? Who do we talk to? I don't know. Mr. WNBA. Who's that again?
Kamala Harris?
Yes, Mr. WNBA is Kamala Harris.
I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, thoughts on it? Are there any holes?
No.
Am I forgetting anything?
That's a great idea. I want to see what people think in the comments. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to add on to this too.
Okay. Yeah. Let us know what we could add on to this Pluck Nation, we'll call it. Okay.
Hey, and you can also nominate someone. And it's called Go Pluck Yourself.
Go pluck yourself. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do it. You should do it.
Yeah. Maybe you pool your points. There's like a pluck pool tax. Like you can't just go 1 for 1 on points when you pool them together. But
that's such a great. I already can't wait to edit that clip. That's got to be great. How we fix the WNBA. That is such a great idea. Okay. That's probably that's good for this episode. We got a big one coming Wednesday that we want to gear up for, and that'll be fun. But let's still end this with our reviews of the week. I could start. Mine's from Frogs the Best.
Frogs the best.
Frogs number 1. Hey, Jacob Brad. I woke up this morning, Wednesday, and was not very happy. Maybe because I didn't have any bussin' beans yet, but my main problem was my dream. I had a dream I was at a Ghostrunners concert, which was awesome, by the way. And afterwards, there was a whole entire store filled with merch. There were probably 50 different t-shirt, sweatshirt designs. There's also a pair of tie-dye sweats that I really wanted. The end of my dream was me coming home, not worrying about the hundreds of dollars I had spent, putting on all my awesome merch. And I woke up this morning and I thought that I would wear my new merch to school, only to find out it was a dream. I was so sad and started walking out of my room when I heard a text notification go off saying the new Ghostrunners podcast episode. So,
nice.
Does the episode change my life is now available. I was no longer sad after that, and you guys changed my day and possibly my week. I'm also currently looking at more merch to buy. Love you guys.
Sweet.
That's fun. Thanks for having us in your dreams.
That is great. Mine is a 5-star review from Megan McKinney 12. Awkward Stranger Encounters is what it's called. Jake and Brad's optimism and general zest for life has challenged me to find the joy and positivity in my own life more often. Lately, I've made a conscious effort to be more friendly and interactive with strangers that I come into contact with. Living in the South, greeting strangers is typically well received and reciprocated, but it has also led me into a few awkward encounters. Today, I greeted an elderly man in a wheelchair, and he responded by handing me his cell phone and asking me to stuff it down his sock for him. I'm a chronic people pleaser, so I had no choice but to say yes. But I walked away baffled, looking for hand sanitizer and questioning my life choices. This is a warning to my fellow introverts that letting yourself be influenced by Jake and Brad may lead you into situations you aren't fully prepared for.
That's almost like, remember when we were coming up with new acronyms, like STFU is stuffing the father's urn, stuffing the grandpa's sock. It's like a little close to it.
Listen, man, go stuff your grandpa's sock. Like,
hey, rain slicker, get your hands out of my socks.
I love that. This weekend in Austin, like, I don't think twice about it. And I don't think I'm like overly friendly, but man, TJ just could not get over the fact that I just could not help myself to say hi or thank you to people or like talk to random like strangers that I don't know. He's like, you just can't help it, can you? And I'm like, I guess not. I guess I'm just, it's just fun to say like, have a good day. Or like the Austin Marathon, Austin, not Boston. Was it Austin, Texas? And there were people that were like walking after done with the marathon. And I was like, good job, guys.
Hey, did you guys run?
Yeah, you did it. Like, and he's like, you just can't help yourself. And I'm like, no, because I'm so impressed by them. And I bet they're very proud of themselves.
I'm plucking some kindness. I'm plucking it out of people. Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, good times. I do have lots of it. The Austin trip was just such a good, like family business oriented thing, a little more serious. And I kind of want to make a podcast specifically for it. So I might just do like a solo podcast sometime in the future and post it. I'll let you guys know. It'd probably be on Patreon or something, but it's just a really cool thing. A lot of cool things I'm learning from it that I would love to talk more about at another time. So
speaking of Patreon real quick, I know you started writing a blog. Is it finished? Is it scheduled? Anything? The response to the allegations?
No, it's not finished.
Okay.
I need to talk to you about it. Like, yeah. Do you want to talk about it right now, real quick? Not like anything. Like, just tell them what you're talking about.
Basically, there was a post in our Facebook group probably like 2 weeks ago now or something that was just like, "Hey, I'm Big Ghosty, love Jake and Brad," but it seems like Brad does not like Trey at all. And I'm just like wondering what's going on with that.
What's going on there?
And most of the ghosties came to Brad's defense in the comments or like, it's just like a running joke or like, I think you're just like reading into this too much. Or
is it?
or is it a running joke because
Or is it like a marathon of a running joke?
Austin? Yeah, I don't know. Did you reply? I don't remember. Did you say anything?
No, because
Okay.
I was like, it was very uncomfortable for me. And then like, whatever, not very uncomfortable, but it was like, just no, like just whatever. I don't need to talk about this or anything.
Yeah.
But I have thought about writing a Patreon post, but I was like, is that just too like, whatever, making, what do they call it? Mountains out of molehills kind of thing.
That's a good phrase.
Yeah. But who knows? Who knows how I feel about that fricker? I'm just kidding.
Rain slicker. But the blog post, What Happened to Girls Gone Wild, is live on our Patreon. We got the bonus Chiefs video. I just uploaded today the unedited calf raises and Kegels interview.
That'd be fun to do a few more unedited clips if it's easy enough.
Yeah, it should be pretty easy.
Just like little things. Yeah.
Yeah, like things that didn't make the cut at all.
Yeah. Or
you guys
even
get to
like,
see us struggle through interviews.
Yeah. Or you like, we use like 5 seconds of something and like show the what before and after happened is always fun too. I don't think I showed any clips of the us interviewing those guys at the very top. Oh yeah, like at the very beginning.
Yeah, there's plenty in there. What else was I going to say? Oh, and then the video of we got another Facebook post this week was about like, hey, I miss Scott. People are saying I don't even listen to episodes if Scott's not in them. Yeah. And people were like, is Scott even alive?
Yeah, Scott doing okay? Like, yeah, something up with Brad and Scott too.
Yeah, and Brad was like with Scott when all this was happening. He's like, yes, everything's fine. And we just record during the day.
Yeah, so I made a video. Like kind of I hope, and he did fine with it, but I was like, I really want him to be like, hey, my name is Scott Peck and I am doing okay. Brad and I are best friends still. And like kind of look over the side of the camera like, we are doing very well. Thank you for listening. Is that good? But it was funnier than I could have ever imagined with what actually happened.
Listen to that. I mean, I went back and I
watched it 7 times before bed last night. Like I showed Catherine and she just goes, oh my gosh, rewind that and do it again. Like it was just like,
so you guys got to see it.
Yeah. That's our teaser for that.
That's all you got to see. It's just, you could have never planned for this.
Oh my gosh.
Cause I had seen the video and all I'm seeing is the comments. Like I had to rewind for the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are they talking about?
Oh yeah. It's unbelievable. Couldn't have done it if we tried. So, Jake, that review reminded me of a jingle that I never sang.
Perfect. Would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
Yes. I looked up Heather Lee just because I was like, I'll do another like classic that Heather Lee's done. And there's 2 songs in here that I'm pretty sure I've never done before. And this is one of them.
Well, how about
coming
that?
From January 11th of 2022.
My goodness. Let's do it.
Hey. I never practiced that one, so sorry I messed up a few of the things.
I thought it was pretty zoppity. Thanks, Heather Lee.
Heather Lee.
13 months later. Appreciate it.
Come to F12.
So, main point, make sure you come see us at F12, guys. No, that's fun. Thank you guys for listening to this. Thanks for everyone who came to F12. It was like a good time to say it.
Yes, always. Say that one more. Honorable mention Olga P. One of her things.
OP, Olga. She always says, hey, if you can't tell a friend, hug them.
Hug a friend, yeah. And say and whisper in their ear, Ghostrunners. Hey, Ghostrunners.
I do think you guys potentially helped us out last week. Last Tuesday was our biggest Tuesday ever.
Come on.
Now, you could also say, is this because there was no video version on Monday, so people had to listen to the audio version on Monday, but also it was a federal holiday, so that spilled way over into Tuesday?
Who knows?
We don't know.
There's no way that you can track that.
There's no way
you can know if it's a federal holiday and all that stuff.
But what I do know is we appreciate you guys. Consider telling more friends, tell another few friends about this week's podcast if you enjoyed it. Any WNBA fans in your life?
Sure. Any water fan? Anybody? If you've had water in the last week, tell a friend. Tell a friend if you've had water.
This podcast is about water this week.
If you've heard of Austin, Texas, tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
If you've been in an airplane, hey, TAF. Okay?
Taff them. We
really do appreciate all the, you guys are our best marketers. You guys are our best way of, making this thing bigger and better. And we have some super, super exciting sponsors coming up. And it's just, it's awesome. So we're just so thankful. If you guys want to sponsor the show in any way, holler at us. We'd love to talk to you. And Yeah, it's gonna Wednesday. Listen, Wednesday. We haven't recorded it yet, but I guarantee you it's gonna be very funny.
Yeah,
and very fun, and just eye opening to be like, oh, that's why Jake is the way he is. Oh, that's why Brad is the way he is. So
it's gotta be great.
Love you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you in 2 days.